Alright, we're going to check out the earthquakes first, and been looking at a few things. We had a 3.3, 3.2, and a 2.8, I think, up here. This is the fault that I showed you before that comes around and goes right down into Yellowstone. We usually see activity in Yellowstone, large or small, after we see activity up here on this fault. Now the Bering Strait, we talked about here a while back, where the plates were moving. It's been like last year, or well, at least 6 or 8 months. And we got a 4.2 up here now, right in the Bering Strait. Continents are moving, continents are shifting. We only have one earthquake in Hawaii. I think that's a 2.8. Click on it. Yeah, 2.8 southwest of Pahala, 19.9 miles deep. We have about 3 or 4 small ones, and a couple of small ones are on Kilauea. Alright, up here in Alaska, 2.6. These are small quakes, 2.8, nothing significant, and 5.2. But down here is our deep quakes. Not all these quakes here are deep, some way or another. That one's 82. That's not too deep. These are not too bad, but them there, 300 and some miles deep, and 300, 385, 249. Now it looks like we may be getting our next large quake over this way, the way things are going. But I'm not sure on that. I haven't had time to check it. We got flooded out. People are missing around in our county. Cars washed downstream, homes washed out, trailers washed away. It was a big disaster. And now we got to go out, and we got snow coming. Couldn't afford plastic to cover up a wood pile. Or tin to cover it up. It costs a fortune just to cover your wood pile up. 5.1 Iran. So you see the plate movement. But anyway, we got to pack all that in and get that ready and get it dried out as good as we can, because it is soaked. That rain really soaked it. To keep warm through this cold front, because it's going to get cold. Really cold today. Feels like you're walking in ice out there right now. Alright, I was looking around, 5.0. I was looking at the significant quakes, and down here on these small quakes, now we got one down here near Las Vegas, and it is a 1.3 east of Mount Charleston, Nevada, 2.9 miles deep. We've been having activity down in this area in the city. Small activity, but we've been having it. We talked about this before, the way it's made, the way the faults come through. What if they're sitting on a caldera themselves? The earth is just full of surprises. But you have these faults coming in. But like I was saying, we had earthquake activity here, down here the last time, around Henderson. And then we've had earthquake activity in here and over here in Lake Mead. Don't look good for the future, says Paradise. I guess that's one of the towns. Yeah. Don't look good for the future, though. And another thing we got down here, starting to get more activity on the Elsinore fault zone. 1.1 and a 2.0 and a 0.9 around Lake Henshaw. I just wonder if this quake came through Las Vegas and down into the Elsinore, or it come off to San Andreas. That's what I'm trying to figure out now. Then we got this spot up here, Cobb, California geysers. Now, we've always got a swarm of earthquakes in here, but this is a long ways off for a spread, and it is right at the San Andreas. Well, San Andreas is over here, right at the Rogers Creek fault zone. Just had to zoom in to see exactly where it was located. But now we're going to increase in here, or it wouldn't be showing all of those in that spot. Long Valley Caldera, 0.4. Mendocino Fault, we got 2.8, 2.9, and a 2.5 coming into California. Well, the Honeydew Fault over this way, but they're coming in off the San Andreas, Mendocino, Cascadia, coming from that way. And they're still upgrading on the map, so you can't get a different view hardly, unless it's all white, like snow. But like this fault here, it don't show nowhere that it's Juan de Fuca Fault. And this one don't show nothing until you get way down here, which the other one didn't really either, because you got the Cascadia right here. But it don't show the Juan de Fuca nowhere. Okay, this is the Strait of Juan de Fuca, but it don't show nothing on the faults. Alright, anyway, let's move on. Around west southwest of Falls City, Texas, at 3.0, 4.6 miles deep. I had to look at that one. And I still don't think we're done down here, because when I looked at it and seen pressure building down here, we had an earthquake over here later, around 8.0. But right here is where I seen the pressure building, which it could push, and we could spot be over here instead of here on this side. But I still believe we're going to get that quake later on in the future around Guatemala. I really believe we'll still get that. Alright, around Yellowstone, still on the super volcano. Only had one small one, a 1.1 around Hebgen Lakes. That's about all we can look at right there. And this one, odd quake. Federated States. You see what? Well, it don't show no islands down here, which like I said, USGS still ain't finished putting their stuff in here. But it's just an odd quake. It's where the plates are moving. And we just had this one in Indonesia. 4.6, 81.5 miles deep. Now let's see what Canada is showing. 1.8 at around Hebgen Lakes. And a 1.9 up here at 1.8 around Alaska. And on this one, you can see that fault a little bit better coming right down into Yellowstone. Alright, I'm going to show you what it looks like after the flood that we've had. It was more like a historical flood. But this here, I want to show you something. Like I was telling you before, no matter how cold it gets, no matter how much it snows, the earth is still warming up. I have green grass in lots of areas. Okay, here's our backyard. And it came up over that stump. You can see the green stuff around that. But it came behind that, heading into our yard not far from our porch. This was a big flood all at once. A lot of houses got washed out, like cars just going downstream. Some people's haven't been found yet. And I heard that there was 2 teenagers and a grandma in a car, and they got the 2 teenagers out and the grandma went down. I just don't know how true it is, but it's what they're saying.
This was a big flood. We have never seen nothing like this since we've lived here. And a lot of people had their homes flooded. Their trailers was underwater. We've seen videos of cars going down in the flood.
It's a baby doll.
And this was devastating for our communities and the people that live here that already don't live with much anyways, and to lose what they do have is awful. It's just a bad day for West Virginians.
All right, now this is right down below the house. You can see what it done here. It came all the way up through our garden. Well, your garden's wiped out. We'll have to refertilize that. It even took the little fence out, leveled it down.
Wasn't much, but it was all we had, ain't it?
Yeah. And it went all the way across, and I had a big hole of water over here. Still got some water in there.
But you can see all that sand. This is something that's never happened since, like I said, since we've lived here.
No, we've been here over 10 years and never got a flood like that.
That water was flowing over like that's the way the river was going.
It's like historical.
Oh, definitely.
Okay, right here's another area. I mean, the other view of that area we were just looking at. There's a river coming across the road.
Look at all the garbage in here.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of trash we got to pick up.
But you know what? It ain't nothing to what people's lost their home, and their vehicles, and their livelihoods today. It may not be just West Virginians affected. Whoever was affected, they got it worse than us.
Yes, they do. It's sad. Just hope they get government assistance at this time.
I hope it.
Okay, it had came all the way up to here.
That's never happened.
No, that was deep. Got all this stuff over here on the side, brush piling up.
We had just worked on the road, hadn't we? From the last flood.
Took us days to get out, get this fixed to be able to get out.
Our fingers was raw.
Didn't have a vehicle to get out with. Because it got flooded out.
Yeah, we got
the last one.
It's been a bad month.
Oh, it's been bad. Okay, here's the road. Our road, only one way in, one way out. Some people says get a horse. Well, on both ends, like this end, you can see that the railroad is up there and the gravel bank comes straight down. There's no way to get a horse out of here. And up above that is nothing but cliffs. If an animal fell off of it, it would, it wouldn't survive. Or if it did, it'd be wounded real bad. It's cold out here, ain't it?
Yeah, think about these people that's been flooded and everything they got soaking wet, and they depend on electric heat, and they have no electricity right now. Thank God we still have electric, but a lot of people's out of water, and even said that the town had a gas leak, is what I hear. And so imagine that. And it's snowing right now.
Oh yeah, it's pouring the snow earlier. It took us 2 years to move that one brush pile out, and looks like we're getting it all back. And what happens is, well, you know what happens. It blocks the river and then it reroutes it over onto a road. And the power pole, that one's not down, but it's been beat to death.
I thought it was last night. It was pulling on. It was pulling on the wire. The wire was shaking. That was coming off the house.
Yeah, it was jerking the wire on the house. Make sure what that is. It's a rock. Like I said, people's been washed downstream, and some people didn't make it.
It's so sad.
Don't see none of this on the news.
No.
Not much of it. Here's the river.
A lot of people said it sounded like the ocean. It was so big.
Oh yeah, it was rolling. All right, let's check this out. This, you can see that there, that was the end of the bank where my road was at. So now the road's, well, it's washed out back through here.
It'll probably take us months to try to straighten this out.
Oh yeah.
This ain't gonna happen in a day or a week.
Yeah, I can feel, you know, I can feel it already.
Yeah, me too.
Soreness where you can't walk, where you, it's just something about when you placing rocks and stuff, it hurts your legs like you've been riding a horse all day.
Yeah.
It's crazy. But that's our road.
We'll get it, we always do.
Oh yeah. No use complaining, are they?
No, sir, it won't help us none.
No. There's where it was beating on that pole. It was way up in the air. I'm just afraid to say how many feet it was. But it was huge.
Well, look at all that garbage over there across the river right there. That's in the trees and bushes right there. That's bad.
Well, I'm glad the power didn't go off, but it's still flickering. It must have did some damage.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look at this other creek down here. Now this ain't all of our road. Once we get past this creek, and that's the regular road through there, then we got another creek like this one. Then we got a river about 10 car length wide that we cross to get in and out. But you know, like we always say, we're happy. It's freedom. You pay the price.
Yeah, you do.
I guess we'll see you on the next update.
Everybody needs to stay safe, and if you can help in any way in your communities, then please do so, because people are hurting right now.
Yeah, I showed the early warning system, go into event mode, and we showed it from the time that the water started to hit it all the way up through the night. We stayed up to try to keep the people downstream safe, because if a flash flood come down through here, I would see it first. So we put out updates on Facebook to keep everybody, you know, alert of what was going on upstream with that.
And you had spoke of historic flooding, where the ground couldn't take on no more water, and where this big rain was coming. You did warn people. Yeah,
we warned them, and then we tried our best to keep them updated. We showed them everything going on, sometimes 2 hours apart, but tried to keep everybody safe. All right, and a lot of people viewed, and a lot of people was safe. I know it had to help.
Yeah, it did.
Even though we don't see it or hear about it or someone tell about it, like on the news or something, say, well, if we hadn't heard about it, if they hadn't said nothing, we wouldn't have known it. We'll never get nothing for that. But it's the thought of it, and we'll get blessed in other ways.
That's right.
Well, sure. Well, that's rolling down through there. But anyway, we try to be here for the people, even locally, the public, trying to keep everybody safe. We'll see you on the next update. Like I said, everybody stay safe, and we'll be watching.